More Twitter talk today. We looked
Can't
at
escape them.
the GitHub aspect of it. We talked last Monday about the revelations from the source code. Today we talked about how the source code got released. Shocking twist to the Peter Lowe story, why he hasn't been here
Yeah,
so far
what a saga.
this week. It's just crazy. The string of bad luck this guy's on. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But we'll tell you about all that on today's Not So Critical Update.
Mike,
It's just us again.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Something crazy has occurred.
What do you mean?
So, I dabble in the channels of the under internet world. And
Okay.
I heard some crazy shit come
Really?
through. Okay, so this story, right, that we dropped yesterday about MI5 and Peter and the rest, like, it is not holding up. There's
Yeah, and he's
cracks.
still not
It
here
is
today.
it's coming out of the seams. He's not here. And I got a call from an unknown number.
What?
Okay. Middle of the night. I answer it groggy and it's beeping at me. And I'm listening to this repeat sounds and I realize it's Morse code. Okay.
What?
And before I'm able to
That's
write
crazy.
down what's going on, right? Because, obviously I know Morse code fluently and it hangs up. I lost the message. I don't know. But I am getting some weird, spooky vibes. I think Peter's up to something crazy. MI5, Peter, MI5, I'm not sure. But obviously he couldn't be here today. I don't
Okay.
know.
So
Yeah,
when they
it's
picked him up
getting
yesterday, it was a ruse. They actually did know he was that Peter Lowe.
It must
And what, he was
obvious-
being
who doesn't?
recruited? Is that our theory
It
now?
must have been the case. Yeah.
And maybe it was not MI5. Maybe it was actually MI6 pretending to be MI5.
Exactly. Yeah.
Interesting.
Classic.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I guess we'll just wait and see if he comes back.
Hopefully. Yeah. In one piece. Yeah.
All right. Well, at any rate, I guess we'll just go on with today's story. We're going to look at, we talked Friday, I think last Friday, about some of the stuff we had learned from the Twitter algorithm as a result of the source code being leaked. Also now, though, Twitter was trying to get GitHub to release the information about who posted the source code.
So it's always funny to me when companies subpoena other companies for data or person or whatever. Because, like, especially something like this. So they in that article they also use some other examples, like I forget who it was, like Microsoft, I think, subpoenaed someone. I don't remember. It was like someone subpoenaed Reddit. Marvel subpoenaed Reddit to hand over the data of this user. So similarly to GitHub, it is like childishly easy to make a largely anonymous account, dump some code, and that account is burnt. You don't need to provide your name, or you can use, a phone number verification service. You can use a VPN. There's so many things you can do, and obviously a throwaway email to protect yourself and not have to worry about it. So, like, this type of, like, we demand Twitter to handle, or we demand that GitHub hand over the identity of this person. Like, I mean, I have big money bet on that GitHub has no fucking idea. Oops, sorry. GitHub has no idea who this person is.
Yeah. I actually haven't even been able to find an update on how they responded. It's kind of ridiculous, though, that they even, I mean, the horse is out of the barn. At this point, what, you're just looking for retribution? They know it was leaked. They want to find out who it was. They have pissed off so many people. It could literally be anyone.
It could be anybody who you fired in the last year. And how many did you fire? 4,000 people?
All of them?
In a terrible, terrible way. Like, all it took, and I imagine, Twitter security was probably not the best. So all it took was just to copy the source code from GitHub, throw it on a fucking USB, and boom.
Yeah, the source code was leaked by a user called Free Speech Enthusiast. And the account has been active since January 2023. It's unclear for how long the source code was available. It could have been any time during that period.
Yeah.
And I guess what they were trying to get that person unmasked. But how would you even know? Yeah.
No, you're not going to figure that out. I don't think, at least. Like, I really don't see it.
So technical issues aside, Twitter should be able to ask this, right?
What do you mean?
Well, like their source code was stolen by somebody and released on a platform. I mean, does Twitter have the right to know who did that if they can find out?
Yeah.
It's presumably a criminal matter.
It is theft. They do have the right to pursue the individual or individuals. I just think, like, also, it is interesting that they chose GitHub instead of, like, it's like they wanted it to be found, because you can use a lot of paste services, like Pastebin as an example, to upload data. You could throw it on a torrent file on a throwaway seed box, and then it's forever out in the ether. Like there are ways to do this a little bit less, I guess, with a little bit less inflammation involved. Like, using GitHub specifically really dictated that, like, as a public repo, really dictated as you want this shit to be found ASAP, because security researchers are just passively, and also like other, attackers and hackers are just passively monitoring GitHub for juicy repos. And if any one of them had the word Twitter in it, in their search, in their crawlers, it's just a ticking time bomb. So it is interesting. Yes, to answer your question, of course they have a right to pursue this, just like Microsoft, or excuse me, Marvel has a right to pursue the thing that I mentioned was someone on Reddit leaked parts of the script of the new Ant-Man movie, and Marvel subpoenaed Reddit. And I don't remember how it played out, but again, you can make a Reddit account without an email. Just username, password, You're in. You don't need to verify. You don't need to do anything. So it is interesting.
I would love a better update on this. I had looked for the username Free Speech Enthusiast and GitHub, and every result on Google is just the original story from March 27th. They were supposed to comply with the subpoena by April 3rd, which is, as we record this now, 3 days ago. By the time you're listening to this, it's probably another close to a week.
Yeah.
So if anybody finds an update along the way, like as we're reporting this and we don't have it, like,
yep,
you can let us know. Do the research for the show for us.
Yeah,
I tried to do it live, but yeah. But if there's an update to the story, please post a comment in the video and we'll see it. Or better yet, come join us on Discord. And that community, I know you don't participate much, John.
I participated today.
Oh, that's right. You did. Yeah. That's right. Sorry for throwing shade. Super active community, though. Very, like, it's really a lot of fun what's going on over there. Sometimes I wake up and Peter has just been, and community members just going on. I wake up and like, what has been happening? It's crazy. But a lot of really interesting conversations, a lot of good resources. Come check it out. Mm-hmm. And guess we'll see everyone tomorrow.